Hey folks, Big Deano here again, and yeah, I suppose there's some explanations in order. Yeah, a combination of things happened, which led to me not uploading for a while. Um, First of all, I became just so disillusioned by the fact that my Sony camera doesn't really focus all that well in close range, which to be honest I should have looked up before I bought the thing. Also, you notice we're back to being completely clean in the background. I went back to the old white box as well, because the new one was utter garbage and was dirty right out of the box. I really should have sent it back, but I couldn't be bothered at the time. So yeah, first things first, new camera, or should I say new phone. I now have the S7, Samsung Galaxy S7. Camera is just as good if not better than the old S6, which to be honest was a really good camera to begin with anyway. I just really wanted a professional camera, but turns out that's harder than it sounds. Basically, to get the A600 or A6000 to actually do what I want it to do, I need a different lens, which costs like the same price as the camera. So yeah, without further ado, this is the start of the reviews back again. So yeah, let's take a look at, you'll notice I have the premium colour cell, which I was convinced I wasn't going to get, but I changed my mind, and I don't really regret it, but we'll get into it. So, box, just the standard fare. In fact, it's the old style. You've got Cell's ugly mug on the side. You know, for a perfect being, they didn't really think about perfect looks, did they? Anyway, you get the Funimation logo, web shop exclusive, all the tags as per usual, premium colour edition, and on the back we've got some pictures, which we'll notice compared to the old promo pictures, they did fix the colours slightly. We'll get into that. And Kamehameha on the top. So yeah, we'll make it work. Might be back to our smaller studio size, but hey-oh, it's easy to light. So yeah, let's take a look at his accessories, shall we? And as shocking as it might be, the premium colour edition of Cell actually comes with the exact same amount of accessories as the original did, which kind of shocked me, because every other one so far, aka Vegeta and Trunks, actually came with less. But they made sure to give Cell every single accessory he had before, including his folded arms, which I won't show going on because they're a pain in the backside, as with every folded arm piece. And they even gave him his Q-tip Kamehameha, complete with the base, which is actually a nicer painted base, to be honest with you. But yeah, the base comes in a few different parts. You've already seen it with the bootleg that I done of this piece on its own. But yeah, two pieces on either side, and the main arm part just pops in. Easy as that. And yeah, it is better painted than the original, to be completely honest with you. Still not got enough depth to it though, I'm afraid. But yeah, he's got the same faces. He's got smirking face. Oh, how I've missed being able to do that. What I've just noticed in the camera, oh no, it's not. It just looked for a second there as if the paint had been chipped off the front of it. But yeah, there have been a few reviewers out there saying that these are new moulds. They aren't new moulds at all. I don't know where they're getting that from. I have the original. I'll be comparing the two at the end. But yeah, that actually focuses better than the S6. Colour me impressed, Samsung. Yeah, the only difference between them is that the purple doesn't actually go up to the line it's supposed to, which I think actually detracts from the figure, to be honest with you. And finally, his grinning face. Now, to swap them out, you have to take the head off and pop it out at the bottom, which is a bit of a strange thing, but there you go. And pops on quite nicely. And now he's yelling. So yeah, the main problem I'm having is that, just like Super Saiyan Blue Goku, they didn't actually highlight his mouth, so you don't really see it sitting on a shelf. But other than that, the faces are alright. They don't look any better or worse than they did before, apart from the lack of enough paint being put on. We've got Key Blast hands. I need to figure out which one of these is what. Kamehameha hands. And the reason I was getting confused there is he also has posy hands. One is sort of a martial artsy pose, and one is really splayed out. And it's really for, if I just quickly show you, because the other cell I have is actually doing the pose. It actually goes like that. And there's a lot of promotional art of Cell in that pose, so that's why those parts were given to him. But yeah, onto the figure itself. I'm actually surprised. The colours still bother me a bit, but the green isn't too bad. It's not as turquoise as the cameras would all let you believe. He's actually a nicer green colour. Still not green enough in my opinion, but it's close enough. The main downside is still the pink, which is supposed to be the same colour as his face, which is a deep purple. I mean, really, Tamashi? The original got it spot on. You know, the camera's not picking up terribly well, but the purples matched on the original. It was the green you got wrong in that one. And now the green's a bit better, but you've messed up in everything else. But yeah, it's not as bad as all the pictures were. And I kind of figured that as it got closer to release. So, I just decided to get it for the hell of it. I am a completionist after all. That is a blessing and a curse. In terms of articulation, he's a lot tighter than the original. I mean, you do that, he doesn't flop. You'll see the other one does in that review. But he can look up just slightly, not too much. And he can look down a fair bit. Obviously, well, he can't actually do a 360 because his bug-like helmet doesn't let him. His arms can go up that far. This piece is a separate piece. It can swivel. He's got double joints. Usual ball jointed wrist. His wings are articulated. They can go out. They can go wide. Or you can just leave them as is. His stinger, I guess you would call it, or absorption needle? I don't know. It was never given a name, was it? For some reason they went with a sort of blue colour for it, which has never been right, as far as I remember. I might be wrong, Somebody will probably bash me for it in the comments if I am. One thing I will say is that the arms come out a bit easier than they used to, so the folded arms aren't too bad, but they're still a pain in the backside to get into position. He has quite a fair bit of, well, I was going to say waist movement, but this is really his waist and it doesn't move. You can pop it out and get even further, but it makes him look far too skinny in the process. You still get pull down hips, old style. They are a bit tight, which is a good thing. I'm not complaining about that in the slightest. It can kick up about that far. Double jointed knees, which aren't too bad to look at. And finally his feet. His feet are a bit obstructed by his own armour, but it does a good enough job, and he does have toe articulation. So yeah, so before I get him into a pose, stand up. He's not standing because he's floppy, he's standing because his joints are too tight and I can't position it. So yeah, here comes floppy cell number 1. There we go. Get your hands down, Cell, you're on camera. I'll just have a look. Yep, the original one did have purple. They're the same as the rest of his body. Right, there we go. So, main differences between the two is that this Cell is drunk. He really does not like standing up at all. Apart from that, they are the exact same mould. People really have to stop saying that this is a new mould. It's not. It's just been tightened. I'm I'm getting a bit annoyed, to be honest with you, people saying, oh, it's a new mould, it's better than the original. The only way it's better than the original is in the joint tightness. Because, to be honest with you, this is a good colour scheme, it's okay, it's still not accurate, but I still prefer that one. I don't know, I think it's because of the... It doesn't pop as much as the new one, right enough, but it is still closer to the original. I think it's actually closer to the manga original, but still, the lighter colour of the faces, the greys, I mean, bizarrely, even the feet are a lot brighter on the original, which is strange, but we'll deal with it. But yeah, in terms of looks, I still prefer the original over the new one, but this one is a lot better for posing because it actually stays posed and doesn't flop. So yeah guys, hopefully that is the last of my breaks that I'll be taking, and I will be redoing Super Saiyan 2 Gohan because, as I said, I really did not like how that one came out. It disappointed me to no end how blurry that video was. I do have a backlog of figures, so we won't be running out anytime soon. So yeah guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Oh, in fact, before I do, let's put him in a pose, shall we? I nearly forgot. Ah dear, I'm out of practice, I think. Let's put him into a classic Kamehameha pose since we have the effect part for once. Now with Cell in particular, he is very easy, he says as he pops. The hands do pop off rather easily, which is a good and a bad thing, I suppose. You don't risk breaking it, but at the same time, there is a chance that it'll fall off when you don't want it to. So yeah, Cell goes into a really natural Kamehameha pose, of which I am very happy with. Let's pop it back down there. And there we go. Really easy. So yeah guys, I shall see y'all later.